Hey, what's going on, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Just My Opinion. Guys, we are talking Warrior Season 2 that is on HBO Max or Max, whichever you want to call it. This will contain full spoilers. Guys, I am late to the party when it comes to this show. I binge watched Season 1, and I do have a review on the channel for you, and I just got done binge watching Season 2 in preparation, in anticipation for Season 3. And guys, I can just not tell you already. I'm just so excited. I cannot wait. And on top of me recapping these episodes each week, I will be providing a movie review for you for martial arts from the Haya website, the Haya app, the Haya, just right here. Yes, I do have a subscription and I've fallen in love with this. It's only $3.99 per month, but they have a number of martial arts titles, some old, some new. And so subscribe to my channel and you will have a weekly review from this site as well. But before we get started with the review, guys, please go ahead and give me a thumbs up if you're liking this so far. Subscribe to the channel, like I said, leave a comment and help me reach that next milestone of 50,000 subscribers. All right, guys, so I love Season 2 much more than Season 1. I love Season 1. I thought it was fantastic. I did have my nitpicks here and there. There were a couple of episodes like episode 5, which I thought was filler, and episode 7 that just wasn't my favorite. It wasn't horrible, but it just wasn't my favorite. I didn't really feel like Assam and Young Jun could have got out of that situation. And with some of the fighting, the punches and kicks did seem a bit telegraphed and not realistic. We all know that it's choreographed, but when I'm watching my entertainment, whether it's movies and television, I do want it to look real. I can say beyond any shadow of a doubt that that was not the case with Season 2. I have no problems at all when it comes to the fighting. And to be honest with you, it really wasn't that much in the very beginning. And we did get a lot towards the end and it was satisfying. And I'm going to talk about that, but it really didn't matter to me. I was really into the story and the personal journey that Assam was going on since he was defeated at the end of Season 1 and him going around to different brawls around the town, around the country to find himself. There was some random fighting right there just to fill your palate from episode to episode. And it ended up having a very nice payoff, which I'll talk to in a second. But before that, I was just really curious about, again, where Assam was going outside of fighting because he got kicked out of the Habaway Tong group at the end of Season 1 and just everything that was going on with the story with everyone else as far as Blake the mayor, Penny, Penelope, his wife, Toy, Mei Ling, Li Young, everybody. I was really interested in seeing where they was going to go from Season 1 to Season 2 on top of just the fighting. What I also liked about Season 2 is all of the characters that did not get that much screen time got much more in Season 2. Specifically, I'm talking about Chow and Leon. Those are two of my favorite characters. Joe Taslim from Season 1 and also Mortal Kombat, I think he's a good talent, but he really didn't have that much screen time or lines in the first season. I mean, he had some, but not enough in my opinion, but he had a lot more in Season 2. And so did Chow. I love Chow. Chow is one of my favorite characters. I mean, the way that he just tries to finesse everybody and play between the lines, I do not blame him. I like him a lot. I respect his character. And, you know, he's just not some pushover. He was challenged when it did come to Zing, and that was very entertaining. But Chow was one of my favorite characters this whole season. They really did step up the character development right there. But going back to the action was fantastic. And actually, I don't want to spill the beans too much, but one of my criticisms in Season 1 is it was violent. And I don't mind violence, but I don't like pointless violence. And to me, in Season 2, the violence was more earned than it was in Season 1. In Season 1, it seemed like they were just trying to be shocking and have your jaw hit the floor like, oh my gosh, look guys, we are a show on HBO Max with a lot of violence and gore. We're so cool. Yes, look, it just seemed like some of the kills and violence and gore were just a bit unnecessary. I did not feel that way in Season 2 at all. Again, I felt it was all earned. Again, I felt that the fighting was even crisper and clean. I didn't really sense any telegraph punches or anything like that. I was thoroughly entertained. And I was so surprised with where the story was going a number of times. I didn't even see it coming. For example, let's just talk about the character Sophie, the younger sister from Penny. My goodness gracious, you're going to team up with Dylan Leary to go bomb your sister's factory because she hurt your feelings, because you don't do anything, that you don't contribute. That's horrible. And to be honest with you guys, I was saying to myself in season 2, except when we got to the end, I was like, wait a minute. They're really playing the Asians, the Chinese people, much more violent than the white people. That's quite interesting right there. I don't know why they're doing that. And it was just very frustrating that Mei Ling is falling into the trap of Buckley. I'm like, dude, like I'm calling her dude, just come on, think about this. This man wants chaos, he wants violence, he wants war, because that is going to line his pockets. And you are working for him, starting beef with Between the Tongues, and that's just not cool, breaking treaties and stuff like that. That's why Zing had to come and try to put you in your place, because you're acting all crazy. But I was really frustrated with Mei Ling and Sophie based on their environment creating chaos and ruckus throughout the town. I didn't like it at all, and they could have kicked rocks in my opinion. And also, I did not see it coming. I remember exactly season 1, episode 5, I felt that it was filler. But when Assam teamed up, I think her name was Vega, at one of the bars where they was fighting, she was like, hey, I know this tournament is down here by the border of Mexico. It's the best fighters in the country. I think the guy's name was Rooker. And she just finessed the hell out of that whole situation. I mean, she had fake marshals coming in, everything. And I like how they wrapped all that up in one episode. I kind of thought that was going to linger on, but I thought that the tournament was going to linger on for an episode or two. But no, they wrapped it up in like 10 or 15 minutes. It really didn't seem rushed or anything like that. It was a great story. As soon as she started talking, I was like, wait a minute. She is the victim here. I bet she got some bullets in her pocket and she is about to blow this man away. And how they put it together, I did not see that coming. And she ripped the bullet off her necklace, I was like, oh my God. And I know Assam was mad. He was pissed, like, damn, I cannot believe you just used me. Like, she finessed the hell out of that situation. That is great writing, guys. I just did not see that coming, and I cannot believe that I slept on the show. And I was like, okay, you have to have a plan. They're not just gonna kill all of the popular characters during this scene. And they did. They was fighting their way out of there, but she did her homework. She had the fake marshal come, take them out, and I'm just like, wow, you really thought this through. But they celebrated a little too early, and she ended up dying. But still, man, that was a great scene. I was like, wow, I'm loving this, and that kind of did motivate Assam to go back. And mind you, him and Young June are going behind Father June's back with Happy Jack for this opium deal, and that, of course, got blown up. And I did not expect them to take the throne that way. And I love the way it went down. Father John was prideful. He was like, hey, I'm surprised I'm still alive this long. You need to kill me or you're going to look weak. And younger June was like, no, we're not going to do that. That was your way, but we're going to do this different. The only thing that would have made me happier during that scene is if they would have hugged each other and said, like, I love you. However, it was bittersweet that Father June was able to save him from dying in the war and the brawl in episode 9, Enter the Dragon. That was perfect right there. I was like, please, Father June, do not die. Do not save your son's life and then get shot in the back of the head or stabbed. I won't be able to take it. And I'm so glad that they kept him alive. And not only did they keep him alive, he turned around and took out about 2 or 3 more white dudes. And I was like, that's what's up. And even after that, the aftermath, the little conversation that they had outside on the bench, on the stoop, beautiful. I love that relationship right there. Because Young June was like, Father, I'm really sorry for how everything went down. That was not the plan. And I like that. They was able to have their moment, talk father to son, and that was a dope ending from them too. I really do like the way that he was able to, he took the throne on accident. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody was trying to be malicious or nefarious or shady or anything like that. It just kind of happened, you know? And the father still has respect. He went out with grace. There was no disrespect. Young June, I'm so excited. Young June has grown and matured so much, and I love this. I really do. I kind of thought that he should have toned it down a little bit when Mei Ling went to approach him, like, hey, I just want to show my respects for you, obtaining the throne. He was a bit cocky and arrogant right there, but I'm still really happy with how things played out right there between Young June getting the throne. And again, when they went back, Father June was like, y'all got some explaining to do. They was like, hey, we're not stealing from you, okay? Here's the money, here's the profit. We're not lying. I like that. Now let's talk about Hong. Hong made me nervous. I like Hong, but at the same time, I don't. I mean, I like that he can box. I like that he can scrap, but at the same time, I'm saying to myself, okay, we got to watch Hong. It seemed like he'll kill you in your sleep and laugh about it, and then the next day cry about it. So Hong is cool, but at the same time, you got to sleep with one eye open with Hong. You know what I'm saying? Let me know how you feel. But guys, even going back to that, I was so satisfied with how this season was playing off when it came up to episode 5, because Zing is getting on everybody's nerve, going around being a bully and stuff, and the way that he was trying to punk Child, he was like, no, I'm not having that. And Child stood his ground and did what he had to do. And eventually Child had to throw down, and I like that, and I respect this character even more. But he went over to Lee Young and was like, hey, man, I have a way that we can get rid of our mutual problem, our mutual enemy, without starting a war. And they planted the sword. And I love the fact that we got to see Lee Young versus Zing, and that whole thing was lovely. In the middle of the season 5, when all the cops ran up there and blew away everybody, I'm not gonna lie, I really did enjoy that. And it's really Bill O'Hara's fault. This dude is messy as hell. First of all, last season, he murdered Damon after Larry beat his ass. And this dude keep digging the hole deeper and deeper and deeper and getting his family in debt, and was ended up collecting from Zing and the Chinese and the Feng Hao, and that got his family almost murdered. And that also got Lee out of there. He don't even want to be a cop no more. But at the same time, that was very, very thrilling, them going in there, wrecking shop and just taking out everybody. I love that. I was laying down watching that scene, and I sat up watching it. It was fantastic. I loved it. I have no complaints whatsoever. Also, we got to give it to Atoy. Atoy did fight against those 2 policemen. I don't even know if her old partner is the one that sent them. I mean, what do y'all think? Let me know, of course, since we're talking full spoilers, and sorry if I did not let you guys know that, but I don't know. Can we trust him? I mean, he's out the picture. I don't think he's ever going to be coming back, but that was kind of interesting. Y'all let me know what you think about that. But now we got to talk about Blake. He tried to murder his wife. He went crazy, drunk, and they beefing, going back and forth, and he was a despicable man. But Jacob killed him in self-defense. For one, I didn't think they was going to catch Jacob, let alone have Child help him out. But then they caught him. I didn't even think that they was going to attack the cops like that. And then they hung him up. I was like, okay, he's going to get free. But he ended up dying. I was like, wow, this is what's going to start the war between the Chinese and the white people. But no, the white people took it to the Chinese people, y'all. And guys, I have not been this excited in quite some time. This action scene in episode 9 gave me everything I wanted and more. My goodness gracious, my blood was pumping. To see Young Jun, Assam, Hong, and Lee Jung, the Hop Wei and the Feng Hai and the Long Z all come together. Oh my God, that was wonderful. That was beautiful. And then we also got, and at first I was like, man, hell yeah, where's Atoy at with the sword? I just wanted to see her jump off the roof, slicing and dicing mofos. But I was like, oh yeah, she's hurt. And I love the fact that Mei Ling helped her out. It's like, look, we have our differences, but the only thing that matters today is that we are all Chinese and they are attacking us. And I love that. I mean, the way they teamed up and whooped all the white people, I was like, oh, this is wonderful. It was perfect, man. And again, I already talked about how Young Jun was saved by his father, Father Jun. That was perfect. I was really entertained by that, like real talk. I mean, man, I was really, really happy with that. And then they had a Sam at the end doing the nunchucks with a nod to Bruce Lee. That was great, man. I got to pull out the chucks too. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting rusty. But yeah, I loved all that, man. And it was great. And then the whole season, because at the end of season 1, we got a little taste of Assam fighting Leary. And I was like, oh, I cannot wait to see that in season 2. And they had a good, at least 2 or 3 standoffs, a good 2 or 3 stand downs. But then Assam went over to the white people, kicked a few of their asses in the bar, and waited for Leary to show up, and they fought. Hey, stay out of Chinatown. It was great. It was a great fight. Both of them, man, I'm happy. I'm happy, y'all. I am happy. And Sam is the leader of the Hop Wei now. And only thing that makes me sad is his father left. I really wish that he could have stayed and given him more wisdom and guidance, you know, but that was nice. And, you know, Child is going to let him know. But y'all, season 2 was amazing. Season 2 was amazing. I love season 1 and I love season 2 even more. And I am so excited to be breaking down season 3 with you guys each week on a recap video and also a live broadcast. And hey, who knows, I may have some guests as well. And again, guys, I will be giving you a weekly review of a martial arts movie from the Haya, the martial arts channel. I have already seen a young Yip Man. I got that recorded. And I've also seen another one. I forgot what it's called. It's the something Grandmaster. I don't see it right here, but I have seen that one as well. So I'm going to get through as many of these as I possibly can. But season 3 is going down for Warrior. I cannot wait. And subscribe to my channel, guys. If you do, you're going to get movie reviews. You're going to get spoiler movie reviews. And look at all the martial arts content I already have on my channel. And by the time season 3 comes out, I will have more right here on this list as well. Series reviews. I'm also reviewing and recapping Secret Invasion, Marvel Disney Plus show each week. I have a weekly superhero comic book show each week, a weekly movie news roundup show each week, some trailer reactions, and some interviews as well. But guys, again, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in. And before you go, don't forget that my name is Brandon Keith Avery, and that's just my opinion. Peace.